morning. I had to keep it down a little bit. It's like 4:15 or something like that in the morning. Welcome back. Like I told you, if you guys saw the last episode, this is the first episode of another 3-part multi-meat session. And the star of this show is going to be 10-pound pork belly. Let's use a little creativity and try to think what we can do with this to create 3 different experiences, we'll call it. It's like I said, be adventurous with your meats, right? Hang on. Alright, so for today's episode, I don't actually need this whole entire belly. Like I said, when I do my multi-meat episodes, if I can possibly stretch it out to a 3 episode clip, that's what I'm going to do. But for today's purpose, I just need half. So we're going to cut her in half, and then we are going to season her. Man, almost got through you. Oh, she's nice. She's very nice. She's going to be beautiful. All right. Let me set half this aside, and then we will continue with seasoning. Alright guys, so now we're down to half of that pork belly, and I am just going to season this like it's a brisket, because I'm going to kind of treat it like it's a brisket. This multi-meat series is going to be a cross between inside and outside cooking with this cut of meat, basically both sides. So we're mixing it up, and we're going to match up the worlds. Need to get a better shaker. There we go. We're going to want to salt, pepper, all sizes. This is the same thing I usually use for my briskets. Salt, pepper, 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts pepper to 1 part coarse salt. Tends to work good for me. Hear about it a lot in the barbecue community. And on a big piece of meat, like I said before, it can take a hit. It's no big deal. I don't know if this camera really picks up as much as I would like it to, but I guarantee you to an untrained eye, if you looked at it when I was done with it, you'd say, my God, that's a lot of salt and pepper. Get them sides. All sides. And I think to top it off a little bit, I'm feeling a little adventurous. Be adventurous with your seasonings. I think I'm going to put a little my rub on it too. Alright guys, after about a 8.5, 9 hours smoke and a nice rest, here is our brisket style pork belly. She looks fantastic. She's nice and barky. That fat's rendered beautifully. I don't have my cameraman, so I'm going to have to improvise and see if I can get a nice cut scene for you. And yeah, I'm still holding out. I'm still not telling you what I'm doing with this yet. I actually have some guests coming here shortly, so I'm going to have to put this aside. I actually don't even need this whole thing. Honestly, out of this, all I need is from about here over. So we'll catch back up with you here in a bit. And as this 3-part series unfolds, you'll understand why. Just keep an open mind with all this, because, you know, just because I'm using it this way doesn't mean you have to. And when I run out of multi-meat ideas, when I've run through all my proteins that I choose, I'm basically going to restart them and try a different direction on each one. All right, hang tight. All right, give that a look. I'm trying not to let the juices run right off the back of the cutting board, but that is a solid smoke ring. And that fat cap was probably about a 1/4 inch thick. It's rendered right on down. This almost looks like it's more meat at this point than anything else. All right, like I said, just keep being patient. This will pay off. You guys will love this little thing we're doing today, okay? All right, we'll catch you back here after my company leaves. Bye-byes. All right, guys. So I am finally back. Turns out being up for 30 hours straight and hosting a party and eating until you feel like you can't move a square inch doesn't make for good filmography. But hey, here we are. This is what we got. And now I'm finally going to let you in on a little secret. Tonight I am making smoked pork belly pork fried rice. Wow, that is a mouthful. There's not a lot to this, guys. It's a super simple one. Keeping in mind that piece that I set aside, you could add more or less. I just kind of like a little bit more like the rice I grew up with, where it was, small pieces, but I always wanted a little bit bigger. So I'm trying to find the middle ground of this. But it leaves more for the next episode and the next episode and so on and so forth. So let's get to a little chop. What do you say? Figure I'll cube this up. Little pieces. And then from there, we're going to move on and just pre-chop some vegetables. This isn't a very, very complicated rice, guys. For anybody who's never made some leftover style rice, this is a real good, easy recipe for, little friends, family action, or whichever you want. Not everything's got to be extremely complicated, right? Honestly, the most complicated part about this was smoking it. All right, I figure nice little chunks like that. That's that nice little mouthful that I want. So let's get these guys off here. Switch out cutting boards because, gosh forbid, I don't want to introduce my pork belly to my spring onions or my garlic, right? I don't know. That might upset some of you. It might not. Really not a big deal. I just think it looks a little bit better. All right. There we go. All right. Let's get the last little bit of this cut up. Like I said, you can make this as complicated as you want. No big deal. For me, I want a little bit of minced garlic in here. Just a little bit like that. Gotta love the aromatics. Oh, that garlic smells nice. It'd probably make more sense for me to just get a garlic press, but we can't all be cool. All right, let me see if I can get these in there with my big old fat fingers. And of course, I don't have anything to put this in. All right, I guess we will improvise. Don't worry, it's still in a vessel. All right, now the spring onions, I'm going to want 2 little piles of these guys. Mainly because I'm going to have some of it going in this actual recipe, and then of course you're going to want your little garnish. So I'm going to try to keep my thin cut stuff for my little garnish at the end. The thick cut can go in it. We don't want to put it in there right away though when we get that pan going, because if we do, we're going to make it disappear, and we don't want that. As far as anything else for this is going to be pretty traditional. We've got peas, carrots, garlic, the pork belly, obviously. Can't not have that. Star of the show. Day old white rice, of course. Soy sauce, a little sesame oil for the aromatic at the end. Fresh cracked salt. I'm using pink Himalayan for this. And some white pepper. I think that'll work out just fine. Let's fry. We got the pan nice and hot. We used a little peanut oil action. I'm going to go ahead and get off my carrots and peas first. I don't think I need to use the whole entire set. I feel like I can throw it in with something else. Going for a medium to high heat. Medium high, give or take. Alright, what's next? A little garlic. May seem a little bit early, but I'm okay with it. Just got to be careful with it. If I start toasting it a little bit too quick, I'll add other things to it. I'm just going to wait until I get a little bit of the aroma building up, which should literally take next to no time. There. All right. Now we're going right in with that pork. Ooh. Oh, nothing to be mad about there. Second that hits the pan, you just get that nice, wonderful hickory smoke punch to the face. Very nice. step, which is, yeah, we're going for this, we're going for that. We're going for this. We'll be in there for a few seconds. We'll get the rice put into there soon afterwards. Probably the egg next. Yeah, we'll do the egg next. Not sure if there's a rhyme or reason to the order of this. Like I said, I'm not a traditionalist, so which they are. Boom. Next egg. We put the whole egg in this time. Last time I tried to get them separated and coat the grains of rice, it really didn't do so good. Now, in retrospect, this is probably a lot more filling than I need in comparison to how much rice I have. So I would like to say, if you guys were doing what I was doing, I would stick to about a quarter cup of the carrots and peas, and maybe even only half of the pork that I put in. If you're looking for a little bit more traditional, balanced pork fried rice. One man against calories. All right, let's get this guy in here. Get that broken up. One of these days we'll get one of those little gas burners, like I keep seeing. We'll get a wok. We'll do this and start looking semi-professional. It'll still be my style fried rice, though, at the end of the day. Come on, break up. There we go. Now we're cooperating. All right, cool. Now, let's add a little MSG. Make Uncle Roger happy. Paying homage to Uncle Roger. You got it, right? I'll watch some funny clips. Maybe I'll add him into the description below. Guy's very brilliant. Knows his stuff, but he's also a YouTube sensation for both being a comedian and a cook with an alter ego and personality. It's very funny, very entertaining. My kind of stuff. All right, let's get a couple splashes of soy. Which way are we? There we go. Yeah, I figure about a teaspoon. We don't measure around here. Unless it's baking. If you don't measure in baking, you're screwed. Wouldn't recommend it. Ooh, that smells nice. Oh, that's mixing real nice with that hickory smoke. Okay. Going for a little bit of white pepper. Boom. A little salt. Boom. A little bit of sesame seed oil, a little aromatic at the end. All right, guys. Here's what we got. That was a really, really, really nice rice. I already ate it. Got another bowl of it over the side. I think the only thing I'd probably change is maybe doubling down on the amount of rice to this. But it's very busy rice, and you know what? Great texture, great flavor. I don't know. What do you think? Well, the wife said I should try to experience a little culture and eat with the chopsticks. But my ADHD is kicking over. Anybody seen any Harry Potter lately? Vodacadabra! I can't use these things, guys. I'll save that to the pros. I'll just be the simpleton and stick with the spoon for right now. Give this big old tasty taste. That's so much nicer than the other rices I've experienced. Well, like I said, it needs more rice in it, but you know, I grew up on pork fried rice with little baby pieces of pork that big. And I'm not saying there was nothing wrong with it. There's something very nostalgic about it. But this is like, I can make a meal out of this. I mean, heck, we did. So yeah, I mean, you can pretty much use any meat you want for something like this, guys. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna like that next episode I got in mind too. We're going to keep bringing both worlds together as often as I can too. I like doing a little smoking the meat outside and transitioning into some sort of traditional kitchen dish. So we'll keep going with it. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is episode 1 of this new multi-meat series. If you would and you could, hit the like and share. And subscribe if you would. And we'll catch you back here on probably Wednesday. I have another clip I want to release. Did something a little fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's not part of the multi-meat series. Not everything is. But you'll probably like this one. I got a gut feeling you will. So keep following me. You guys have a good one.